All right. Hope you guys saw that, heard that, whatever the case. Still getting used to all the functions of this bull crap. Anyway, woo! Yeah. All right. 500 subs. We're doing it. Thank you, everybody that's here already. Fun with Whiskey is setting up right now. He will be joining us shortly, as will Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans at some point tonight, and possibly Marty from Whiskey Knows as well. So we're going to have a good night. As you probably know, if you've seen the community chat, all that stuff, what we're going to be doing tonight is a showdown between Eagle Rare and AZ. You know, we were talking about the grape and cherry note. So this is more of a dark cherry bottle here. I got the grape one over here, but I don't like that one as much. So Eagle Rare, we got Old Forester 100. Hey, Sugar Kitty, how we doing, brother? Good to see you. We got Early Times Bottle and Bond. This is the new bottle with the notch right there. New bottle, Early Times. Old bottle, Early Times here. No notch. And then also Cooper's Craft. So the whole reason we're doing this showdown is because somebody on Facebook, won't name names, I didn't really follow the logic of the post, but on my Cooper's Craft video, he said that Cooper's Craft 100 was bottom tier bourbon. And so I asked him, well, then what is top tier? And he replied with Eagle Rare, to which I laughed. And so then he replied that I could not spot Eagle Rare in a lineup. So I agreed to do just that, put Eagle Rare in a lineup. And of course, Cooper's Craft had to be one of them. I asked him for another suggestion. He said Old Forester 100 proof. So I just threw in the Early Times as well. I thought that'd be fun. Another Brown-Forman product, although the new one is sort of Brown-Forman. Anyway, so we're going to see if the Eagle can take out Brown-Forman. Personally, though, on that guy's comments, I think that's really interesting logic there, because if here we go. What's up, man? Steven.
Hello.
Good to see
Bear
you.
with me. There we go. Okay, sorry. I was watching you on YouTube as I was setting everything up.
Yeah, no problem, man. Good to see you. How are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself, man?
Good. Let's see here. Let's change our view. Yeah, that looks better. All right. So I guess you know what we're doing with the Eagle Rare and Brown-Formans and all that stuff. So we were just talking about that as to why we're doing it. Okay. Fun with Whiskey says he is here, just finishing setting up. Cool. So I don't know if you caught that, but so that guy's logic seems flawed to me. What do you think, Steven? So if Eagle Rare is top tier, but at the same time I wouldn't be able to pick it out in a lineup, that seems shouldn't you be able to pick out the best whiskey if it's top tier and the others are trash?
Yeah, I personally, like, I hate that I have to do this all the time, but I do. And I feel like I talk crap about a lot of Buffalo Trace products just because of the whole stigma behind it. But I can't get behind a lot of the lower proof Buffalo Trace stuff. I think it's good. If you can find it at MSRP, I think it's okay for what it is. But again, I don't get behind it. And I don't know how you're even remotely going to be able to compare like Eagle Rare to like an Old Forester 100. I think it's going to be noticeably easy to pick out, like whether you like it better or not.
Right.
That's per like whoever's consuming the whiskey. But for me, I know I can just off the nose, I'll be able to tell exactly what was like, which one's what. And it's going to be visibly different.
Yeah, no, so the one I picked, I figured to give it the fairest chance I could. So this bottle is more of like a black cherry rather than the grape note that you get on a lot of Eagle Rares. I figured if I picked the grape note one, which is this one over here, then I would just spot it immediately. And also, I don't care for that one as much. So this is my favorite of the 2 Eagle Rares I have. So I'm giving it a fair shot here. But like you said, though, Steven, the profiles are so different that, especially with the rest of them being Brown-Forman, it's going to be pretty easy to spot. But we'll have fun with it anyway. So what have you been up to, man? What do you got coming up? Tell the folks what you got. Oh, here we go.
Just filming a bunch of stuff, you know, like I've been getting kind of into like my roots of, instead of buying new things and trying to review new stuff, I'm kind of doing like what you do, because I notice you do a lot of like budget bourbon reviews and stuff. So I've recently been kind of going back into that and being like, hey, this is actually where I like live more often than not. So I'm going to stop trying to like review a bunch of like crazy, hard to find stuff and just, you know, what can people actually find?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, certainly there is that echelon of buyer out there, but I feel like that's probably not the average buyer. You know, there's certainly people that are, you know, they're dropping $300-400 every time they go to the store, but probably not everybody. Anyway, let me get Charles in here. What's up, brother? How we doing, man? Oh.
I got it on mute. We had business going on in the background.
Mr.
B is just finishing filming up a short little film thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were conducting business in the back.
Gotcha. I'm gonna turn off a light because I am a little bit too bright. Let's see what this looks like.
Hey, what's up, brother Tipsy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, I got your stuff. I'm knocking everything over. Got your stuff. Got your stuff on the Coopers and the early times. I really appreciate you for that.
Steven, if I had known you couldn't get that, I would have got some samples out of you as well. But by the time I found out, it was kind of late in the week. So anyway.
Oh yeah, no worries.
We'll run with it anyway. It'll still be fun. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas. Well, I guess we can go ahead and get into this, get these things poured and mixed up and all that, you know, blind flight stuff. If you guys are ready to do some drinking.
Yep, I'm always ready to do some drinking.
Okay. Let's do it then. And folks, if you want, play along at home. If you got some of these bottles.
That was which? Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Let me get my glasses in order here.
B is setting it up, so I'm gonna be a little behind.
That's all right. That's all right. I still got to get mine poured too. So, glass A. Let's find the camera there. Glass A. Gonna go Coopers. So AZ happened to get a couple bottles of Eagle today, so he's gonna be doing it with us here. So that'll be fun. And again, anybody else that's got them. For them and let us know what your results are. Then we'll have a group consensus. Let's see, Early Times Old Bottle in Glass B. There we go. But you already got yours poured, Steven. Steven is done.
Yeah, I have a very limited amount of the bottles you're pouring. I wasn't able to find any Early Times in my area. I didn't hunt too much. I'm sure I could have found it. I just didn't have the time to do so. But I got the Old Trusty Old Forester 100 proof. I got the Eagle Rare, and I have Woodford Reserve, which honestly, out of all the Brown-Forman products,
yeah,
I'm sure Woodford Reserve is honestly probably the most comparable to Eagle Rare.
I would think so,
but yeah. I still think it's probably going to be better.
You think that Woodford Reserve tastes a lot like Eagle Rare?
I'm most comparable.
I haven't either. That's what I'm saying. I was asking B, do he think that? Because he said the most comparable to Eagle Rare. I've had so many different Eagle Rares, and I've never thought of Old Forester. I mean, I love different people's palates. You make me want to try that, man, just to say it. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool, bro. Like, because you never know. Sometimes somebody says something, then you want to do a comparison because they said it. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. You don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right,
so for those that didn't catch that, new bottle of Early Times in Glass C.
Brand new bottle of Eagle Rare.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Brand new one.
Glass D, we got the OF 100 going in.
Old Forester. Old Forester.
There we go. Yeah.
And then all of Sean's samples.
So Stephen, what's your lineup look like then, just for the folks at home?
A and B. Or well, I guess I could pour this Woodford Reserve. I'm still debating whether or not I want to do so, but on my end, I'm not going to be doing any of this blind.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I apologize. It did not fully set up for this.
That's all right. Hey, man. Either way, A B still gives us a decent idea of what we're looking at. And then finally, Glass E, the Eagle. You know, and just before we even get started, start sipping on anything, as Stephen was saying earlier, I don't think the Eagle Rare is a bad bottle at all. I think it's a good whiskey. I just think that the hype around it is unnecessary. I think that's what bothers me about it, especially when, I guess we'll see tonight, even though the palates are maybe different, I would say the quality of a lot of these is very similar. So I don't think that any are necessarily worse. Hey, Whiskey Knows, what's up, buddy? Hey, and guys, all the mods. Well, actually, let me hop over to YouTube here and make some more mods. Let me find you here. I will mod you, Stephen. Let's see here. Who else? Charles. Charles should have been a mod a long time ago. I'm just slacking. Where'd he go? Where's Marty? I'm not seeing it. I guess it hasn't caught up yet. Anyway, mods, if you could, please throw links to Fun with Whiskey, Tipsy Whiskey, and Whiskey Knows. That way people know where to find them if they don't already. If you're not already subscribed, do that, people. All right. Let me pan my camera down here. We can see what's going on. We've got a drunken Susan going on here. I'm going to get them spun up, and let's start drinking. Do this without throwing a glass off the spinner.
Is that a handmade spinner you got?
No. This is a $14 Lazy Susan off of Amazon.
Okay, I need to get one of those. That's smart. Like that's perfect for doing blinds.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. If you don't have a partner, I got a partner, so he just mix them up and give it to me, and I don't know what. But if I was by myself, I would want a spinner.
There you go. Yeah, it makes doing blinds on your own easy.
For sure.
And I love doing blinds. That's actually what kind of got me into this. I mean, I've shared this many times before, but that's really what got me into this whole YouTube thing is watching the blinds on the junkies or Jason doing them or whoever. And I was like, you know what? Because I was already kind of doing that at home. I was like, you know what? Let's try this YouTube thing, even though I'm technologically challenged. But let's go for
it. You seem pretty good to me. So, Steve, what state are you at? Where are you at?
I'm out of Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Right there with Hanging AZ.
Okay. I'm California, Los Angeles.
Okay. Yeah, your guys' whiskey is expensive up there. Whenever I used to go up there, I would always just bring stuff with me whenever I would take a trip, just because I'm like, I'm not trying to spend an extra $10, $15 for anything here.
I take your word for it. I mean, it all depends where you go. I found some really cheap ones and some really expensive, and I'm pretty sure everywhere else is cheaper than we're out here. I believe you.
Yep.
And Marty, I posted your comment there, but thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate the congratulations and the cheers and all that. Thank you.
I didn't say this. Congratulations again for your more than 500 subscribers, man.
Yeah, we're man. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with it, man. I mean, more than anything, me and Charles and whoever else joins us on the lives every week. More than anything, I'm really loving the community. I think we can all say that probably. Just hanging out with everybody, and it's like having a drinking party every weekend, except for virtually. So it's good times. All right, Charles, are you guys about ready over there? Or?
Yes, sir. We're getting there.
Hey, there he is. There he is. Here's the man himself.
There we go.
Yeah, Marty doing
I know what it is.
Hey, man.
Baby.
Good stuff.
Hey, Marty.
What's going on?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey,
we're party going on.
We're in Asheville, North Carolina. We're at a bar. I wanted to take a break away and just say, hey, man, congratulations on 500 subs.
Thank you,
man. Freaking killing it, man. Guys that are here in the chat, give a thumbs up. Be sure you sub. Just want to say hello. I can't hear shit right now, so I just wanted to hop on because I told you I would, man. I love your channel. Guys, thumbs up, man. I don't know if you can see me or not, but
yeah. No, you look
say hello, man.
You look sexy as ever, Marty.
So I'll be here in the background. So keep it going, man. Keep this damn train going.
All right, thank you, brother. Appreciate
Love you guys.
Hey, love right back at you, brother.
See ya.
Cheers to you.
All right, Brian Walsh. Okay, actually, one thing, because that reminds me, because Brian's already in it. So, folks, on the giveaway, before we get to drinking here and I get too distracted. So every $5, whether you go Cash App, PayPal, or if you decide to sign up for Patreon, that also counts. Each $5 is an entry in the giveaway. And if you're on PayPal, then every $5 of Patreon subscription is an entry into the giveaway. So far, just so you guys know, Mr. Brian Walsh, he's already donated $5. And this is how we're going to do it tonight, folks. I got an old empty bottle of the turkey here. So we're just going to throw, here's Brian Walsh. See that? Yeah, handwritten. This is high tech here. Brian Walsh going in the bottle. And then my patrons, we got Templar Fidelis, who I've not seen tonight, but he's got 2 entries because he's a $10 patron. So thank you, Templar. You're going in the bottle for the entries, 2 entries for Templar. And Charles has graciously bowed out of the giveaway tonight, but he is also a $10 patron. And so thank you, Charles. We appreciate that. Yeah. Charles is a good man. He has no need to do that, but he does anyway. And thank you, all my patrons. Also, still live in the woods. Haven't seen him yet tonight, but he's also double entry in the giveaway. So, folks, if you want to get into the giveaway, every $5 is an entry. That's how we're doing it. We're just going to shake this thing around, and then at the end of the night, we'll pull them out. Anyway, and so what the giveaways are, if you haven't seen that, is first place is 3 samples of your choosing, whatever you want from me, 3 samples, your choice. Second place is 1 sample of your choice and ECBP B521. And then it looks like the polls ended up being for third place is going to be Maker's Mark FAE-02. So that is the giveaway for tonight, folks. So if you want to get entered, every $5 again gets you an entry. All right, boys, we ready to drink? Charles,
hell yeah.
Always ready.
All right, let's start. Glass A. I don't know whatever glass 1, we'll say. Glass 1.
I wouldn't know what anything is. We'll see. I'll see if I can figure it out.
I think I got the eagle right off the bat. I'm almost pretty sure this is the eagle. Does not smell like a Brown-Forman product.
One of my favorite things about like drinking whiskey with other people, and that's one of the reasons I started my channel originally with one of my partner or one of my friends who's now kind of like just a live stream partner essentially, because we live way too far away to actually meet up to film videos every single week.
Yeah.
Alec. One of my favorite things is the fact that like when you're working with 2 different heads, or in this case, like 3 different heads, even though we are not drinking the same stuff at the same time, like everyone can point out different things that they get in it. And even if like you don't like initially think that, you're like, oh, hey, I'm not sure I'm getting honey, but then someone will say like pears and you're like, oh, that's the note. Yeah. You know, that's my favorite thing about drinking whiskey with other people. Just it expands your thought process.
Yeah. Well, I have 3, 4 I've never had, so I don't even know what. I've never had Coopers. I've never had any of the early times. I've had Eagle Rare, but I haven't had the Old Forester. So it's going to be all surprising for me. Seeing if I can pick out what Eagle Rare is, we'll see. But whatever I have first, this is very good.
So, again, can't say for certain because this is blind and all that, but pretty sure this is the turkey. So I get that kind of, at least in this bottle, I get kind of that black cherry, but it's slightly medicinal note. Also, Eagle Rare has a little more sour notes than you get in an Old Forester or Brown-Forman product to me. There's almost
this first one for me is it has the cherry taste to it. I don't know. very cherryish.
There's almost like a green apple in there.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I always get like a tart green apple on Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever it is good.
And again, not bad by any means. Just different for sure. It's a lot more sour than your Brown-Forman profile. So I'm gonna guess. You guys can hold me to that. That glass 1 is Eagle Rare. We'll see. Where's my water?
I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna guess that whatever my first glass is called I don't know.
Hey Woods, what's up, brother? How we doing, man? Well, I want to rock for a little bit of chat here. See here, we got James Morgan. Hey, buddy. Sugar Kitty. Yes. My first mod. Thank you, Kitty, for showing up. Remember to lick the like. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Of course, Whiskey Nose was in there earlier. AZ been here a while. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Really appreciate it. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves while we drink a little bit here and figure out what we're drinking. Woods, so I was waiting till tonight to see if you were a winner in the giveaway. That way I can just send all your samples out at once. But I have not forgotten. I already owe you 3. So you might, if you got first place, you'd be getting 6 samples, which would be a lot of samples. Anyway, all right, glass 2, whatever that may be. Definitely a Brown-Forman product for sure. That banana, sweet brown sugar, kind of banana bread note, like right away. Kind of cinnamon there, baking spices. So at least now, I don't know if you guys, of course, you're just doing AB, Steven, right? So, oh, you're muted, Steven.
I ended up pouring the Woodford Reserve as well.
Oh, okay, cool. So to me, the Brown-Forman, at least on the nose, it's much more rich on the nose, whereas the Eagle was a little lighter. I was just curious if you guys are noticing that as well. I don't know which Brown-Forman I have in my hand, but either way, it's richer.
Yeah, so I'm even doing the whole Woodford versus Eagle Rare because I'm trying to kind of think of what you're drinking so I can kind of drink along or nose along, even though mine's not blind. Going from Eagle Rare to Woodford Reserve, the Woodford Reserve is so much like more bold, rich, dark oak, brown sugars, a little bit of like obviously that banana note. And like you said, I've never gotten that before, but it's like a soury type aspect going on the Eagle Rare. I've always said tart green apple, but I think it's kind of sour too now.
Yeah. I mean, especially comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Brown-Forman profile typically is darker, richer brown sugars, cinnamons, caramels, kind of banana, whereas the brown Buffalo Trace is certainly more on the sour line. Independent Joe, what's up, brother? Let me see here. How comedy clipboard? Can I do it? I think I can do it this way. Joe, if you want to pop in, man, can I do it this here like this? I think I can. Yeah, you guys should be able to see that over there. Yeah, Joe, if you want to hop in, feel free to, my friend. And thank you on the congratulations. Appreciate that.
Yeah, congrats on 500. That's a solid amount. You're halfway there.
Yeah, I tell you. So my view hours are going to get there way before my subscriptions do, but that's all right. Hey.
Oh yeah.
That's great too. 5 great tastes. I don't know.
I guess that's really the thing that I think we'll probably take away from this more than anything is that none of these are bad. So it's just I think it'll come down to preference, but this is
I had to go through it to guess because let me double check because 1 and 2 taste pretty similar, but they both taste great. So,
well, 4 of these are going to taste pretty similar.
Yeah, they're all like 100 proof Brown-Forman products, except for I've heard really bad things about the new to old early times.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a little bit.
They're both good.
So,
both good.
Charles, do you remember this video? I'm sure some of the other guys in chat probably do. As far as I know, I was the first one to put out a video on new versus old early times. And I had the video with the pointing out the notch on the back, and that was the new
Yeah, I remember
bottle.
that. I remember that video.
And then I got so much crap that people even got Barton involved. And I was emailing back and forth with them, and they were saying I was putting out misinformation and all this kind of stuff. So I ended up taking it down. But I still stand by the fact that they do not taste the same. So
I think you should put it back up. I don't think you should take it down. That's your opinion.
Well, so here's the thing, though, is that so people don't really understand what the DSP is. And so the DSP on both is the same. What is it? 345, 354. Yeah, that's Brown-Forman or early times, whatever the case. So they're the same DSP, but I think one thing that nobody's addressed is that certainly whoever is doing the blending now for early times can't be the same person, because it's got to be a Barton employee now, whereas it used to be Brown-Forman. And that makes a big difference. I mean, if you ever listen to master distillers talk about blending, they might take a week to get their blend right. And so if you get a whole new person doing the blend, then it's going to taste different, even if you got the same distillate. So that's kind of my take.
Yeah, and everyone has their own preferences. So maybe the new master distiller prefers something that's a little nuttier per se, which I wouldn't be surprised coming from Barton, saying is how a lot of their stuff is. Like it reminds me, Barton and like Brown-Forman, they're very similar in my head, but the Barton always has like this like extra nuttiness on it.
Yeah.
And that's how I tell the difference in blinds, given blinds are a nightmare and I'm pretty rough at them. But
well, I would say another difference to me too is that, so like I described earlier, to me, Brown-Forman, the banana, it's more like a banana bread, like a rich kind of like a very ripe banana covered in like brown sugar or something like that. Whereas Barton to me is more like a fake banana, like a banana runts or like some kind of banana candy, not a real banana. So that's another way I kind of differentiate.
You got me wanting to just do a bunch of like A, B, C, D comparisons. I'm like, oh, well, I got 1792 right there.
Let's see how many we can compare tonight and still be standing. So what are you getting over there, Charles?
Remember 2 or 3?
I'm on 4, actually. I'm sorry. I'm talking and not announcing.
No, I'm just listening. I'll tell you, everything that I've tasted has been great. So I have no favorite yet. I'm on 3. Let me just start moving.
So I liked 2 better. I mean, I liked 3 better than 2. I think 2 is the Old Forester 100, because it has a little more harshness to it. There's a little bit more bitter oak on the back end. It's not quite as sweet.
1, 2, and 3 that I've drank have all been sweet. Every single one. They all got that same oaky, sweet sugar taste. Deliciously.
I think I found the Cooper.
I think the first one that was most cherry was the first one that I had. And it's all similar though.
I'm guessing you probably had the Eagle Rare first, like I did. Also, just so B, because I know you poured them, Charles, you can't see like the letters or anything, right?
I don't know anything. Okay. He stepped out.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll tell him later.
Okay. I don't know what anything is.
All right. So I'm on to glass 5. Of course, I'm going to run back through them because it's all the Brown-Forman comparison. Yeah, we're gonna roll with that as being a word.
Let's just roll it.
All the Brown-Forman comparing is going to take a little while to figure out what's what.
I don't know.
But, Steven, in the meantime, while I'm trying to figure out what these are, yours are a little more different. So what are you thinking? Of course, yours aren't blind, or are they?
Yeah, no. So mine's not blind. I didn't have enough time to set this up, and I'm just here alone because typically when I do blinds on my end, I will have my girlfriend fill up sample bottles and leave like a key, and then I'll pour the sample bottles, check that, all that jazz. We've been really busy this weekend and this week, so we didn't have the chance to do that. So I'm just doing it, full or transparently, I guess. Geez, like you said previously, words hard. So I know exactly what I'm drinking. And so I'm drinking the Woodford Reserve, Eagle Rare, Old Forester 100. Old Forester 100, it's just that typical Old Forester Brown-Forman note. Woodford Reserve, it reminds me on the nose, because I haven't gotten in the palates, it's a little bit darker than I remembered, a little bit more oak and tobacco, especially going from the Eagle Rare to the Woodford Reserve, because the one like substantial note that I'm getting from Woodford that I didn't get on Eagle Rare was that like super huge like tobacco note. Okay. But again, mine's not blind, but regardless, even if it was blind, I know for a fact I'd be able to pull out Eagle Rare. Yeah. I've done several blinds with Eagle Rare before, and they always show out. Like even when I did a Buffalo Trace blind where I did Blanton's, Buffalo Trace, Taylor Small Batch, and then I think I did Bowman single barrel, even though that's kind of like loosely a Buffalo Trace product, and I still picked out Eagle Rare.
Everybody can pick out better than me. Like when you guys talk about even the Brown-Formans, like they all, I'm assuming they all taste similar because everything I'm drinking tastes real similar. You know?
Yeah. I mean, they're all going to be very similar. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Woodford is certainly more different than anything else we have on the table. I mean, because Cooper's, to me, I get a little more coffee, a little more toasted oats, obviously. A little more of that kind of sweet tobacco that Stephen was mentioning.
Cooper then.
I would say Cooper's and Woodford are closer together, but Woodford's certainly different as far as Brown-Forman stuff goes.
Well, since you said that, you said tobacco, a little bit of coffee. I'm assuming that number 4, so this would be D for me, must be the Cooper, because I've never had it. So maybe it's still a similar profile to me, but maybe this is the Cooper. I'm assuming because you said that, so I put that over here. I like that.
Yeah, I also usually get like a dark chocolate note on Cooper.
Yeah, that's why. That must be the Cooper.
All right. Well, after going back to glass 1, I'm definitely certain this is Eagle now. I mean, going off the Brown-Forman back to it, it's super sour comparatively. Like way more sour than anything else on the table for sure. So I'm going to call this Eagle Rare. Glass 1. Now we got to figure out what these Forman products are.
So I'll go for Eagle Rare. I think it's E. So let's say from what you've told me, I would say that D was the Cooper's, and I'm going to go back through it again. You said the most sour. I think it's this one. Let me double check.
Yeah, as far as go ahead.
Maybe it's the Eagle. I'm gonna put this as the Eagle.
As far as being someone who I haven't had early times, I've had the original early times, but I had it like way before I even remotely knew how to take whiskey serious, which that's come as I've done the channel, because it started off where I was like, I'm definitely not qualified, and I still don't necessarily think I'm qualified to talk about the stuff I talk about, but I still do it, and I'm getting way better over time. But in regards to like the different Brown-Forman products, what's the big differences you get before going into this blind?
So before going into this blind, I'm sorry, I was kind of reading chat. So if you could repeat the question.
No worries. I know how that goes. So
I was trying to get Joe in here anyway. Go ahead.
Going into this with, obviously the Cooper's Craft, the Old Forester 100, early times, bottled them on old and new. Like, what's the big differences you get off of those bottles compared to? Because they're all like same proof, same company ownership.
So for me anyway, I've always found Old Forester 100 to be just a little more harsh on the finish primarily. You get more of that kind of tannic, sour oak note, and there's just a little more burn. Because I've done the early times in the Old Forester 100 blind, old bottle. I've done those blinds several times, mainly just to figure out which one I wanted to drink as a daily. And it ended up being early times. I mean, that was my daily for a long time until the bottle switched. And then when the bottle switched, and I didn't even know that the bottle had switched. I wasn't keeping up with the news or any of that kind of stuff. And so what I noticed is that it was more harsh than I was used to, more alcohol forward, and just kind of more chemically tasting than I was used to in the old bottle. So I mean, I immediately noticed it when on like the first sip of the bottle. And so then I started, looking online, seeing what I could find. There wasn't much out then. And then I saw just on some random forum, somebody mentioned that there was a notch on the back of the new bottle. So I ran downstairs and there it was. And so then I started doing a bunch of blind, like I would threw that in with a bunch of other Brown-Forman stuff and see, comparing blind just to make sure I wasn't crazy. And I would pick out the new bottle every time. So I was like, something has changed. Now then, as far as the Coopers, I just get more darker notes than I do, so that, like we were talking about, the dark chocolate, more rich brown sugars, kind of sweet tobacco, nice toasted oak notes. There's less of that harshness that you get on like the Old Forester 100. But anyway, I've been talking too long, and hey, we got Joe in here. What's up, Independent Joe? Thank you, man. Sorry.
What's up, brothers?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
So what about for you, Stephen, and to everybody else? And same question to the rest of you guys, if you want to speak on it. The differences between Old Forester 100 early times and Coopers, and you can talk about old new early times as well if you want.
So in regards to all those, I don't really have a huge opinion because I haven't had Coopers, haven't had the new early times. I've had the old early times. I've had one bottle and I killed it. I never took it serious or anything like that. So I couldn't really tell you anything. I just know I definitely agree with your statements of how Old Forester is, especially that screw top. It's a little aggressive and astringent, and I wish it wasn't, but it is.
Yeah. And mainly for me, it's mainly on the finish. Like the palate itself, I think is nice, but then that once you swallow it, then you kind of get that harshness shows up. Thoughts, Joe? Charles?
Yeah, Old Forester, I think, does have a little bit more of, you get more of an alcohol influence. You talk about 1920, right?
Old Forester 100 proof, just the standard
100 proof.
signature.
Even on that one, it's a little more alcohol forward than like a Cooper's Craft and the what is it, Early Times Bottle and Bond. Those ones will have a little bit more sweeter tones to them, I think.
Yeah.
What was the last one, the McKenna?
So Coopers, I don't know if you've had this because Charles said it's not out. Okay.
I have it.
Yeah, so I think that's the best of the bunch, but we'll see tonight.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's kind of a toss up between Early Times and Cooper's Craft. I think they're both phenomenal. I think they're both easy, very sweet, very nice to drink, very good pours.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Early Times Bottle and Bond, the old bottle was my daily. I mean, for a long time, that was my go-to. And I will say this: it seems like that Barton is getting closer to what it used to be. This is my third bottle of the new bottles. The first bottle, I mean, I picked it up immediately. It was so different, and I guess they just, I mean, that was right as they changed over because I was going through. Shouldn't admit this online, I guess, but I was going through a bottle every 2 to 3 weeks.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and so
She said, "Yeah."
yeah, it's fine, right? And so
the secret is to buy a lot of bottles of different things, so nobody notices that you go through one bottle.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I got enough around me that you can hide the disappearance of one bottle. So anyway, so when the new ones came out, I didn't even think anything about it. I just grabbed the bottle off the shelf like I always did, and I got home and poured it, and I was like, man, this is really different than I'm used to. And that's when, I'm not going to rehash it, but that's when I started researching. What do I do? I don't need to pour more. Let me run through some chat here real quick. Let's see. I'm way behind. I am the worst taster ever. Not true, Charles. Not true at all. There we go. Yeah, that's right. So Woods got seagrass because we talked. Me and Charles pressured him into it. No, that is a great bottle. And as you said, it goes down way too easy. That stuff is great. Although, Joe, tell him about it. What's it taste like?
Well, it depends. It depends if it's this seagrass or the other seagrass. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So,
he got the new one.
got the new one already, tasted it, and I definitely think it's. I won't say that it's $150 better, but it is better than the original for me, because I really didn't get into the old seagrass or the other seagrass, last year's seagrass, too much. So
that's cool, bro.
So
but that was good.
I think you and Charles need to meet up, because I'm still positive you had to have gotten a bad bottle, because I love I love this. I mean, this is my favorite rye right now. I love this bottle so much. So, but
everybody's different, of course.
Yeah, exactly. As AZ said, Joe has options. That he does. No shortage. Not that we're gonna like whip them out and do a comparison of lengths or anything like that, but Joe, how many bottles would you say you got? Do you have any idea?
Honestly, no.
Enough that I don't want to count anymore.
That's the point. Once you get past 10, he was like, I don't know how many I got.
Yeah, because when I did the top 100, which was actually top 50, but I had top 100, I still had everything on here, and a lot of the stuff was under here. So I never actually went through and counted. I probably it looks like about as much as you.
That's funny. Joe's a funny guy. He's no, I know I'm right around. I mean, I bought a few recently, but I'm right around 140, I guess. Something like that, 140, 150. But anyway, I'm not really trying to compare. So, we went through this last night on Charles' stream, and hey, Northwest Bourbon, what's up, brother? How we doing? Also, folks, as I said earlier, if you're not subscribed to Independent Joe, Tipsy Whiskey, and Fun with Whiskey, and also Northwest Bourbon, then hey, what are you doing with your lives? Get over there, sub, go watch these guys. But
I need a wrench so I could drop links.
Oh yeah, you know what? Were you in the chat? Yeah, you were. Let me hop over here. You guys chat amongst yourselves while I do stuff.
What's your favorite bottle, Tipsy? Steven? You're muted, I think.
I keep doing that. Sorry, the dogs are in the background making a hot mess, so I didn't want to butcher the stream. Are you referencing like in general or out of these lineup?
Did you do a 2021 type? My favorite whiskey type thing.
Yeah, so I did a rye and a bourbon. I wasn't originally going to do a rye, but then I kind of ran out of content ideas, and I was like, well, scapegoat, let's just do it.
All right, let's get a rye in there.
For the ryes, I believe my favorite was Seagrass, and I think second favorite was, I believe, the Stellum rye. I like this Seagrass because it was just wild and like different. And then bourbon, I believe my favorite was B521 from the Elijah Craig, and then the second release of the Woodford Batch Proof, because that was just a killer.
Like
bottle.
the double oaked or the Master series.
This one, the 119 proof
Masters.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't get the crazy amounts of whiskey that you got this last year.
Joe's bought a few.
just a couple, but no, I mean those are really good picks. And Seagrass for me was different. It was recommended. I bought it that same night. I tasted it. It was a fresh crack, and I for some reason it just, I guess, hit me the wrong way. Had somebody else taste it. They told me the same exact thing that I was getting. And then I tried it later on, and it wasn't that bad after I had a few other whiskeys on my palate. Then it blended in okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. but I ended up trading that bottle for a bottle of scotch, which I never do, but I did that. So, but it hit me like that, and I was kind of nervous about this one, but then I knew that it would be completely different because I don't even know why they call it seagrass, because the original seagrass is Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, and also Canadian whiskey blended and then put and finished in those barrels, apricot barrels, all that stuff. And this was just 100% Canadian, finished in the same manner. And I thought, well, there's no way it's going to taste exactly like seagrass, so it's going to be something different. So that's why I got this one.
Yeah, is it a little bit like lighter? Because usually with Canadian rye, I get like a lot more like lighter herbaceous notes.
I don't think so. I'm actually getting some pretty good flavor, heat. It is 130, 130 proof. So you're getting a lot of heat, a lot of flavor, and for me it lasts a pretty good amount. I was surprised when I drank it. I didn't really have an expectation for it, but then when I tried it, I was, I thought this is something that is kind of special, really good. I do find that a lot of the same notes are in Canadian high proof whiskeys, because I have a bunch of those, and but for this one right here, what they finished it in, those apricot barrels, all that stuff, it just added a lot of different flavors to it, and it actually it is pretty good, really good.
Yeah, I think I'm torn with Barrel because I love some of their stuff, and some of their other stuff I think is wildly too expensive. Like, I have not come up with the heart to buy any of their like barrel proof ryes or bourbons or anything outside of Seagrass. And I have the American single malt one, or the American blended malt, and that one's fantastic. And I just bought that on a whim. But like everything else, I'm too nervous
to. Good. The private release was really good.
Private release, their dovetails, pretty good.
They don't consider a dovetail a bourbon, correct? So that's why he said bourbon and ryes.
What do you mean? It's a bourbon whiskey. It's just finished in different casks.
I totally get it. I'm just saying what they say on the bottle. They don't want to call it a bourbon. I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Well, they call it whiskey. Whiskey finished in rum.
Yeah, they call it a whiskey. I think that's what it was for the dovetail. Was that correct? Would that be? On the dovetail, they didn't call it a bourbon. They said they didn't want to call it on the bottle. That's what I think it said on the bottle. I remember that one.
I think that's a legality thing, though, because bourbon can't be finished.
Well, yeah, bourbon can't be finished. That's the only reason why they won't call it a bourbon.
It's like a bourbon, but see, all these words and terms, it's cool. All I care about, you guys don't know. All I care about is how it tastes, man. If it tastes like trash that's poured down the toilet, I mean, I love that you guys are great at picking out the banana crust, apple pie. That's great. I love it. Me, I just want it to taste good. That's what I want. That's just my flaw.
I'm with you, Charles. I'm with you on that.
I got to say, man, this is a tough lineup to do.
I can't pick what is what. I'm assuming they all taste similar and good. So B is back now.
I'm back.
B is back, Sean. So whatever question you had to ask. Producer B was filming today.
Yeah, I've been really quiet because I've been trying to figure out what the heck I'm drinking.
When have you ever seen me not have fun?
Huh?
Oh, B was saying something. Hold on, I'm about to mute y'all so I can hear what you got to say and not mess up the stream because it'll be.
Okay. No. So again, folks. So I'm trying Old Forester 100, Early Times Bottle and Bond, old and new, and then Cooper's Craft. So all $25 to $30 products from Brown-Forman. And man, these things are close. I have a feeling I'm probably going to get embarrassed on this one. I'm certain, fairly certain this is Eagle Rare. But the rest of them are really close. So let's just go ahead and do it. So Stephen, if you want to go ahead and say yours first, which one you thought was best, or which one you preferred, or whatever, however you want to say it.
So for me, I would personally go Old Forester 100 best, then the Woodford, and then Eagle Rare, just because I like something that's darker and a little bit more aggressive. And Eagle Rare always just seems a little bit too light for me.
I agree.
It's something I would imagine is like a really crushable whiskey, which for me out here in Arizona, it's kind of nice having a crushable whiskey, especially when it gets around 80 and 90, which it's going to be in like less than 2 weeks. So, right. Those are the kinds of whiskeys that are great for then. But just as like a sitting and air conditioned and taking whiskey serious, I'm going to have to go the Old Forester 100 proofs. Definitely my favorite. Again, this wasn't blind for me, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would probably be about my lineup as well. I would say for me, Woodford and OF 100 are probably interchangeable. Like I could go either way on that. But I mean, I think Eagle is great, and I guess I shouldn't say. Well, let's do the reveal first, and then I'll talk because I could be totally wrong. All right, so
good.
I'm guessing this is Eagle Rare. Let's see if we can get that to the camera. Can we see the letter?
No.
Is that an E?
I can't see it on my end.
Bright light. I feel like
on,
bro. Bright light.
It's echo.
E. Okay. And E is Eagle Rare. And you guys can go back in the stream and double check if you don't trust me. So yeah, I was right. That is Eagle Rare. I mean, in this lineup, it just stands out. I mean, it's so much different because I mean, you got 4 things that are very much the same, and then ones that's totally different. And there's nothing wrong with Eagle Rare, but I think Steven kind of summed it up. It's lighter, it's much more sour, and that's not really my thing. I don't like sour notes in a bourbon. I like rich kind of baking spices, brown sugars, caramels, chocolates, sweet tobaccos, leather notes, toasted oaks, and that doesn't have a whole lot of that going on. I mean, the best part of this particular bottle to me is kind of the dark cherry note. I do like that, but there's too much sourness. So that is, I don't know if it's last for me, but it's and then we'll start from last to first. We got C, and C was Early Times New. There you go. Again, I picked the new Early Times last. So that's like the 20th time that's happened. It's not as good, folks. Sorry. D is Old Forester 100. D, actually, I didn't show this one. So this was last place. Let's see if we can get that up to the camera. C, can we see that? Yeah, C. D. And the main reason I'm showing these to verify is because there's that guy I mentioned earlier that will remain nameless. He bet a bottle on this. So I'm getting a free bottle if I can ever track him down. Then we got in second place. Oh, okay. Well, I have to eat my words a little bit. In second place is an A. Can we see that? A. That's Cooper's, which means, well, that's not really good news. That means that the Early Times Bottle and Bond, the old bottle, which you can't even get anymore, finished first. So, what are you going to do? Charles, do you have an order of any kind?
No, not really. I mean, I'm trying to go through it in my mind, but all of them are decent. I don't know what. I'm just keep tasting them. I keep trying to rinse my palate out and re-drink it again. And I'm like,
how about this? Have you spotted the Eagle Rare? Do you know which one you think is Eagle Rare?
Tell me what Eagle Rare tastes like to you, then I probably can pick it out.
Well, it depends on the bottle. I think there's 2 different bottles of Eagle Rare out there to me. There's either kind of a medicinal grape note, or there's like a dark cherry medicinal note. This is
cherry. Like a lot of them taste kind of cherry though. Cherry, a little tobacco-ish, a little chocolate. Like it's a mixture. So I don't know what this is. Can I look at the letters? Is there something on the bottom? Will it tell me what it is? Or
I ain't gonna tell you what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is.
So this is number 4. Whatever, I don't know what 4 is.
4 is cherry.
So it tastes cherries to me. Hold on, let me go through it. This is 5.
We're gonna figure this out.
Also tastes cherries to me. Like everything tastes like cherries. Woman asked me what she tastes like. I said, "You taste like cherries, baby." I'm joking. I'm joking. Hold on. So
We're gonna dump all the Brown-Formans together for a mega blend.
Also, this medicinal cherry. That's what he said, right? So maybe this is the Eagle Rare.
Yeah, to me, I mean, what do you think, Steven, Joe? Do you think that's fair that you get kind of a medicinal cherry on like to me, it's something kind of like a cherry NyQuil.
Is that on Cooper's Craft?
No, on Eagle Rare.
On Eagle Rare, no, I don't get a medicinal cherry on that.
This is number 3. It's more of a tobacco-ish, not a sweet. I don't know what it is.
Well, what would you
but
say?
I like number 3. Number 3 may be the one that I like the most.
Do you ever get like medicinal notes on Eagle Rare? And specifically like kind of like a cherry NyQuil, like not NyQuil flavor, but that cherry. You know,
and number 3 and number 5 taste similar to me at this time, but I don't know. So I don't know. We just figure out what it is. I don't know what I'm drinking, bro.
Which one you like the best?
Let me go through it again. I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I suck at tasting. They all taste good, man. How can you be mad?
Yeah, they're all good. They're definitely all good.
I found the most, maybe because with this lineup, I would say 3 was the most different. You know, and 3 and 5 taste similar, but I think I liked 3 the most. But I'm gonna go through it one more time. I mean, this is like a contest. You know, all of you guys are 9s for a woman. You know, a woman's beautiful, and you got to pick one. You got young Sharon Stone. You got young Jennifer Lopez. You got young Heidi Klum. You got all the beautiful young ones. I got to pick ones. Which one's the best? There can only be one Highlander. Sorry.
Well, this is what I love about Charles. The thing that's great about Charles, folks, if you don't have him on your lives, am I breaking up, Steve? You did that.
Yep.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
No.
Nope, not at all.
I didn't hear you.
Domo Marigato, Mr. Roboto.
There you go. There you go. Yes, it don't matter. Today is let's just say 3 was the best. I just want to know what they are, so I can then try to see if I can guess the flavors.
I do on Eagle Rare. I do get a slight cherry, but I can see how you can get a medicinal cherry on it. I can see that.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I'm getting like a cherry and a pear on mine.
I like 1, 2. Or go this to number 4. Like 4. Let me see. I think 4. Hold on. Let me see. 4 or 3 taste similar.
It's not quite to the medicinal note for me though. But also when I think medicinal cherry, I think like Wild Turkey Master's Keep 17 year, and that's a wildly different medicinal cherry.
Yeah.
So maybe 4 is the favorite.
So again, for me, it's like the cherry note that you get on NyQuil, not the rest of the palate from NyQuil. If we're breaking down the palate of NyQuil, but that cherry note, you know, slightly chemically.
Hey Sean, if you like just reset your system and then come back on, then we'll still be here. We could kind of settle this for you so that you can come back like on picture and everything, because you still sound broken up.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know which is what. I just want to know. You want to tell me?
It won't end the screen. It won't end the stream or anything. It's just you'll just reset it so that this.
I mean, so do I just click back in StreamYard?
Yeah, you just go back and stream like you regularly would.
Okay,
it's your stream, so until you actually end it, it'll keep going until you press end.
I'll be back in a second, folks.
All right, you'll do it. Go back and log back in. I figured it out.
All right. Do you have any idea which ones you like?
I want them all. I want them all. How about that? I'm that type of person, man. It's no big no discernment in this. I can't say this student is better than that student. I can't say she looks better than that. They all taste decent, so all of them. When every time I sip one, I'm like, I don't want to drink the other ones. I drink the next one. I don't want to go back to the. I've been trying like to pick one, and I'm not like. It ain't like it's so distinctive. Like they taste so similar. It's like, you know, all you people look the same. You know what I mean? That was funny. You know, all turtles. I can't tell little turtle from the rest of the turtle. All the dolphins look the same. Unless you got a spot on them. Every orca look like Shamu. I'm supposed to know.
Are you licking Shamu in this scenario?
Yeah, I might as well, bro. Hey,
I mean,
I got to answer that. They say
it might be just salt water you taste, anyways. Salty fish taste to it, but
it's all the same when the lights is out. I really don't know. I'm trying to like this is one that's better, but then I think about it. Is it really that much better? I want to say 4 was the one that stood out the most to me, but that's just this is number 2. You know, I feel like 1, 2, 3. You know, you never get to the center of the city. Like I don't know, man.
Are you're rinsing your palate right before each one?
I did, but I'm done because I've been going through so much.
Oh, you're done with that. Okay.
I pretty much got a gist.
I got you.
I mean, 4 of these bottles are relatively similar. They're all 100 proof Brown-Forman products. So the only one that should truly stand out completely is going to be the Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
But I think all these, I mean, I haven't had the new Early Times, but I've tried the old Early Times, and I haven't had Cooper's, but I can imagine all these are great sub $30 bourbons.
That's the one I said tastes like medicinal. 3. Other than that, I don't even know. I'm waiting for Sean to come back. When he figures out how to get back in, because it may take him a little while to
he's probably just resetting his computer or something.
Yeah, it may take him a little while to learn how to get back into the matrix. It may take him a little while, you know. You guys keep trying and you want to get to the grid. You know, you can't just walk into the grid. You got to find the magic video game.
Does that make sense?
But the grid?
Wait, yeah, because I can't remember Tron Legends, right?
Yeah, the first one, you know, the Master MCU pulled him in, you know, or MCP, whatever is it. But in the second one, you got to just get at the right time, you know, play the right game, and whoop, there you go.
Whoop, there it is. What do you got coming up, Tipsy, as far as like
All of them are good, man.
a review or anything like that you're coming out with?
This week, I believe I'm going to drop my Weller 12 review and then my Weller 12 versus Makers 46, like head to head, because, nice. Those are my 2 favorite, like budget-ish. And I know saying Weller 12 is budget-ish is a different, like, weird statement, but I got it for $45.
I'm going to interrupt for a second. I'm going to help Whiskey Wars. What you do is you go into your past streams. This stream is still going. It'll show up on your past streams. It's going to be 3 dots on your right side. You click it, and you can enter the studio again. So you go back to StreamYards.
Go to StreamYard.
It's going to show your live streams and your past streams. This should be coming up in your past stream. Click on that button. This stream right now will be still going on, and you can enter the studio that way. So just let you know. That's all. Sorry, brother, for my interruption.
Oh, no worries, man.
No worries.
We're here for Whiskey Wars, and without him here, we're just sitting here with our hands in our pockets. What do you have coming up, Independent Joe?
Oh, can you hear me good now?
Not really.
All right. So I'm gonna talk real slow. The reason I was waiting is because I could see that the internet still has not caught up. So I still have a bad signal. That's why I didn't join. I could have joined earlier, but it's not great.
No.
So anyway, did you get any of that?
Say what?
What?
Okay.
Did you reset your computer at all, or you just closed out and try to come back in?
Yeah. Did you reboot your modem? Your
That
router?
too?
I did not. No.
That might
yeah,
help.
that's yeah.
1 second.
More the modem than rebooting the computer, but both would definitely assist potentially.
Yeah, so I'm just getting back. So hopefully, I'm still waiting to hear back. I'm supposed to do a battle between me and Mr. Whack, Jeffrey Whack. If he's not able to go, then I'm just going to do just a regular hangout stream on next Saturday at 5 instead of the battle. But I have his bottles here. I'm sending him my flight, and we're going to do a battle. I did a battle with Trev and some other people. Whiskey Mountains, Adam from Livewire. I've done a lot of different battles on my channel, and that's what I was going to hoping to come back to do a battle against them, so that we can tell the difference between different drinks. Charles, just kidding. But that's what it is. The name of the game, just trying to figure out what it is that we're drinking, whether it's a rye or not. The game, I don't know if you've seen Livewire Whiskey's channel, that when they do their battles.
Yeah, I should be going on to do the one of those with Match Bill here in the upcoming future.
I've been in Livewire with these chat, but I haven't seen the battles. I'm always popping. I'm going to catch it, see how they battle.
Yeah, they they taste the different whiskeys, but the questions they have are different than the ones that I have, because mine are just like generic questions. They're more elaborate with their questions. Mine is it a rye or not rye? So it could be an American whiskey, it could be a single malt, it could be a wheater, it could be anything, just not a rye. So it's either rye or not rye. Since he sent the flight to me, he picks a proof point. So anything above or below like 100 proof, maybe 110, whatever he picks. And then I have to guess whether it's above or below that 110 proof, say, that he says, okay, I'm going to go with that proof point. Is it above or below that? And so, and then we answer about 4 questions. We put which ones we pick, like which ones are favorite to least favorite. Not that they would be bad bottles or anything. It's just our favorite of the flight to the least favorite of the flight, and then from there we're kind of I'm trying to guess whether or not what I send him is what he would pick as his favorite type thing, and then he's trying to do the same. He sent me a flight. He's trying to figure out, well, this is probably something he's going to pick as far as his favorite,
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty. It's pretty fun. We spent a couple of hours. When I did the battle with, I think it was the last one. I don't think it was Bourbon Bites. I think it was the last one that I did. I had Whiskey Eyes hang out, and it was a little bit better because there was one other person there. Livewire, of course, has everybody come on, but when people are battling, I'd rather talk to the person that I'm battling against, so that we're trying to give away. Like, I'm trying to figure out what you send me from your from what you have, rather than getting it from somebody else that send it randomly, and so you have to guess what that person might like or something.
Mm-hmm.
And and sometimes you don't know if what they have, but like for us, we would be able to look at each other's stuff and say, okay, well, let's see here. He has that. Maybe this kind of tastes like that, so.
All I see is on your end 1,000 different bottles.
Oh no, that's not that many. It seems like a lot, but it's not that many.
Yeah, and I only ever have like a third of my like actual collection on display, just because it's too much of a nightmare to try to make everything displayed and whatnot. But no, that sounds pretty awesome. I like that kind of guessing game concept of like, oh, what am I drinking? Just because when you take in a bottle, the price point, all that stuff, sometimes it gets very convoluted.
Yeah, there he is.
Woo!
All right, can you see me? Do I look good? Do I
You sound good.
When don't you look
hear
good?
you?
He said, "Do I look good?" Obviously.
I'm just too damn pretty for this stream. That's the problem.
There it
That's
goes.
what it is.
All right. Sorry, fellas. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I see nobody left. Appreciate that. I'm sorry for the screw-ups here. Thank you for staying with us. So it ends up my wife was streaming girly movies upstairs on top of me. So that's she's doing other things now. So, and also she was on her phone TikToking or whatever humans do these days. Anyway, all right. So we're back. Good. So what were you guys chatting about? I don't want to interrupt the conversation. What were you guys talking about before I?
No, we were just talking about just kind of like what you're doing right now, except in one-on-one type thing rather than we're just doing it like flights, battles type thing between two people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So since I am back, so Charles, do you have a winner? Did you pick one?
Let me just pick one because okay. I must say, even though I drank up whatever number one was, 4 was my favorite. Then 4 after 1 it was 4. But I really like 4 probably more than 1, but I drank up all of 1.
So 4.
And I don't know what I drink. So 4. What was 4, Brian?
4 is Cooper's 100.
Cooper's 100 was my favorite.
There you go.
And then what was number 1?
Old Forester 100.
Which one? Oh, 4. I'm so sorry. Oh, Forrester's 100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And B, just so you know, because the early times were kind of encoded, so that way even you were blind to what they were. So the ETC means crap, and that's the old one. And the ETA means awesome, which is the ETA is the old one. ETC is the new one.
So number 3, that was my next out of those. There was 3.
So ETC was number 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Charles
likes a new one. That's all right.
ETA.
ETA is number 2.
And this was Eagle Rare.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I figured Eagle Rare was.
But to be
I
fair,
that's the only one I knew. So I did know Eagle Rare. That's why I stuck it over here. That's kind of good, right? That's all this. They're not, like I said, it's the only one that tastes different, and I left it over here. So okay.
yeah. Hey, you see, Charles, you always doubt yourself. You did better than you thought you did, man.
He do doubt himself a lot. I was like, dude, you do better than you know.
Yeah.
Right? You picked Cooper's first, which was better than what I did.
It tastes the best. Like I said, it tastes the best, even though I drink it.
I do have to say though, this new bottles of the early times bottle and bond, it's better than the last 2 I had. I think Barton is finally figuring it out.
Some crap. Let's try crap again. So you said 3 was the crap, right?
But I mean, honestly, so I placed it last. I placed it last, but I mean, just barely.
Had them right next to each other, right? The two modern times, they taste the same. That's why I had it grouped. I just didn't know. I don't know what they were. They just taste similar. Really similar.
All right, so let me catch up on boys here in chat. AC, you're drinking some Eagle as well. So what did you think, man? What did you think about the Eagle versus whatever you're drinking? Also, Northwest Bourbon says, let's see here. Very well could be. Hang on, you see the okay. You're chatting with yourself. Gotcha. Yeah. And I saw the Northwest Bourbon, the flat cherry soda note versus the flat grape soda note. Yeah, that's probably close to what I'm getting. So this is the flat cherry bottle, and this is the flat grape bottle here. So I got one of these. I do
pop
not
logging on his computer screen. Visually, he's video pop logging.
Anyway, I do not like the grape note in the Eagle Rare. It's not my thing.
No.
It was when I picked last, but it wasn't horrible. None of them are horrible. All of them are good. They're all great drinks. But at the last, yeah. I'm sorry.
There's no wrong answer, Charles. There's no wrong answer.
Not, man.
So
to each their own. Tomorrow, Eagle Rare may be my favorite. Depends what I'm drinking.
Yeah,
that's it.
Depends on your mood.
So I think what's interesting is that I don't think this was a fair comparison for Eagle Rare because it's so different. Because against the Brown-Forman profile, it tastes super sour to me. So it just amplifies the things that I don't like about Buffalo Trace. But I mean, typically, I don't dislike this bottle that much. I mean, I really do. This is kind of the black cherry Eagle Rare bottle. And typically, I like it fairly well. I don't think it's worth the crazy chase or price or hunting or whatever people do for it. But I think at retail, I think it's a good bottle. It's just that I think the dark, rich notes of Brown-Forman make it stand out as to how sour it is. So this is not the lineup I would do, but again, this was a guy that watched my videos on Facebook and he was suggesting this, so that's what we did. But anyway, so Joe, and so we've kind of got Steven's thoughts. We've kind of got Charles' thoughts on it. What do you think, though? Like when you're tasting Eagle Rare up against, say, I guess. So have you've had Cooper's? I can't remember. You said yes.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I have that.
So what are your thoughts comparing the two? Just kind of off memory, I know, but.
Yeah, well, I just tasted it again. I really enjoy Eagle Rare. So I also like Buffalo Trace a lot. Their different products they come out with. I have a bunch of different their products. So Cooper's Craft is good without a doubt. I just probably would lean Eagle Rare if I was gonna pick between the two to have a drink. Yeah.
So there you go, folks. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think any of these are bad. It's just I think this blind really made Eagle Rare stand out because it's so different from the rest. And I think if you had, because I had suggested to the guy that wanted to even do this in the first place to have more of a mixture, and he didn't like that setup. So, but anyway, nonetheless, on to other stuff. So that's the lineup, folks. So Joe likes Eagle Rare more than say I do or someone else. And I would say that's probably the way what you're going to find across the board. Some people are really going to like it, some will not. But I would say any of these are great for sure. I don't think there was a bad whiskey we drank tonight. So, thoughts, boys? What do you think? Huh? Yeah,
I kept saying that all of them taste good. It was like I kept saying that. Did not be. I kept saying they all taste good. So it's kind of hard to pick when I wouldn't have. Anyone I would have drank first would have probably been my favorite. I'm assuming that. But once I got into it, the one that I liked the most was probably the Cooper's Craft. And they all still, the profile, the taste is just too similar. I do think the Eagle Rare is probably the most distinctive. That's probably why I noticed it. And it probably was going against the palate. Joe made fun of you. Cleaned your palate. But I cleaned my palate so many times that I had to stop because if not, I'm going to get up and use the restroom 50,000 times. So yeah, I just started saying, I got it. Let's just pick it out,
I apologize, Charles. I shouldn't have chastised you that way.
Going back and chat a little bit here, but Wood says John gets all his streaming equipment from Harbor Freight. Yeah, probably. And then Jack says inconsistency in a whiskey line is not good. That's why I love Wild Turkey products. So I agree with that. Now the thing is, though, I think Old Forester and Brown-Forman is really consistent as well. It's just that, excuse me, when Early Times did the switch over, that changed everything. Because when you have a whole new company taking over the product, it might be the same barrels, but there's a lot that changes when a whole new person is blending and doing all the other things they do. So, so that's changed the consistency for me. Charles said he really liked the Black Cherry and Eagle Rare. Yeah, exactly. Nothing we tasted tonight was bad. I want to be clear on that. It's just that I guess my main thing so for 32, I would take Makers 101 over Eagle. That's what AZ says. I probably agree with that. Now I haven't blinded them, but just kind of from memory, probably. But this is, I think we can all agree, this is a good bottle. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just what frustrates me. And we kind of talked about this on Charles' stream. What was it? Wednesday, right? Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that what frustrates me? Now this is my personal thing. I'm not speaking for everyone. Is that what frustrates me is that when I see these guys on Facebook or Reddit or whatever the forum is, and it's like their life depends on getting an Eagle Rare or a Blanton's or whatever their thing is, that's what kills me about it. Because there's so much good stuff out there, and they're chasing this one bottle that they think is this unicorn, and then you're going to get it, and you're going to realize later on down the road probably that there's so many great bottles that are sitting on the shelf all the time. I mean, they're there every day, all day. That are just as good, different profile, not that they're equal in profile, completely different, but equal in quality that you're passing up. So that's what kind of hurts me in my heart about it, is like people are like, they're driving all over different cities, towns, states, whatever. And it's just, to me, it's a huge waste of time when there's so much great stuff on the shelf. So that's my take. Wow. You guys can add to that. I don't know if I broke up or. Can you hear me? Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're coming through.
Okay.
Charles is deep in thought. I was hoping once that glass came down, he was just going to give us some knowledge.
Yes. Everything tastes good. You can't lose on any of these. My thoughts every time I drink everything, I'm thinking, man, that's good. That's what I'm thinking. That's my thoughts. Man, you guys are talking about the price of tea in China. I'm thinking, man, this is good. I'm so thrilled.
It just tastes so good when it touches your lips.
For sure.
Yeah, that's from a movie.
You know the movie.
That was funny.
So Joe, Stephen, and Charles as well. Of course, Charles usually hangs with us, but if you guys got to head out, you got other things to do, that's fine. I'm totally cool with it. I mean, me and Charles will run 4 or 5 hours, and I understand if you got other things to do, that's totally fine. So if you guys got to head out, no problem. I'm not going to hold you here prisoner. But just know that if whenever your cutoff time is, just let me know. We will say goodbye and again say to subscribe to these people because they're great. So
yeah, I do need to hop out here. But I do want to leave it on the note of kind of touching what Joe said about his preference and Hanging AZ's preference. I know my preference obviously is Brown-Forman all the way because I'm a Brown-Forman fanboy. But in like the situation where Hanging AZ brought up, I'm not a Maker's Mark fanboy. unless if it's like the 46 or like wood finishing series. So I would take Eagle Rare over that because I don't particularly like Maker's 101. So in the end of the day, I think it's neither like bad whiskey or anything. It all just comes down to preference. What do you like more? What kind of mood are you in? So, none of this is bad whiskey. It's all just depending on what you're feeling at the moment, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on tonight. You guys have a nice rest of your night. I'll see you guys later. Take care.
You too, Steven.
Right, sir.
Cheers, brother.
Appreciate it. Again, folks, if you're not checking out Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, please check out Steven. He's doing great stuff over there. Good reviews. And he's just, as you saw tonight, he's a good dude. So check him out.
I wish you would have got tipsy. It would have been real cool.
I mean, he told me going in that he had some things to do tonight.
I'm just being silly.
He's got some things to do with a girlfriend because it's about to be Valentine's Day and all that good stuff.
It's a dope name, Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I just want to see him tipsy. I just want to see Tipsy come on the stream like, yo, I'm feeling inebriated at this time. I love Brown-Forman. What do you like?
So one thing AZ is that Eagle Rare is different than traditional to me. So it's a nice change. I agree with that. I think that's what Buffalo Trace has done kind of across their line. It's not necessarily your typical bourbon notes, and I think also they found a way to make everything kind of softer on the palate. So it's not. I can't imagine a Buffalo Trace product scaring anyone off. I mean, even their barrel proofs are soft for a barrel proof. I mean, they're very, very approachable, very easy to sip on, even a barrel proof. So you got to give Buffalo Trace credit for that. Whether you hate them, love them, whatever the case, they make things very approachable. You were going to say something, Charles?
I got a question. Since he said he was a Brown-Forman fan, are you guys a fan of any particular distilling company, brand, whatever they call it?
Myself, no. I'll give every bottle a chance. If I'm able to obtain it, and I'll give it a chance. Even if I've never heard of it before. I have a few like Maverick. It's here in the what is it? Total Wine. And
okay.
That right there, for me, it's a California whiskey. And I thought, well, shoot, I should be at least trying some of our distilleries here to see what they're coming up with. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan.
It's not that great, but I'm still willing to try different ones, whether they're really good or really bad. Because like we were talking about the other day, that Hirsch bottle, you said you liked it, but for me, that youth, that flavor profile for some reason is just throwing me off. And it's 4-year MGP with 6% 7-year in it. So whatever that means, But
right.
It's supposed to be good whiskey because of course a lot of people gravitate towards anything that says MGP on the label or Indiana on the label. And for me, it's not always the case, So long story short, yes, I really don't look at distillery. If I see the bottle and I think it looks interesting enough, maybe I've heard something about it, I'll buy it and I'll check it out.
I hear you. What about you, John?
So I would say the chat pretty much could say my thoughts on this, but I mean, Heaven Hill, Wild Turkey, and Old Forester I've been a fan of those for a long time, and really their budget lines. I mean, so I started, for anyone that doesn't know, I started on Wild Turkey 101 back when I was 18, before I was even legal to drink. That was my drink. I would have my buddies go buy me a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 because that's what I would drink. And then as I got older, I had a really bad night with a bottle of Wild Turkey 101, And if you haven't seen my Wild Turkey 101 review, then go watch that. Then you'll know the story. I'm not going to go into it right now. But too much in one night, short of it. And that kind of took me out of the whiskey game for a while. And then when I came back to it, that when I was a young man, I didn't know anything about whiskey, really. I didn't know. I wasn't sipping. It was chugging bottles and stupidness. But then when I came back to whiskey, and I found like M. Williams Bottle and Bond and Old Forester 100 and revisited Wild Turkey 101. I mean, those have been staples in my house ever since. And so I wanted to ask Stephen, but he had some other stuff to do. So we'll just redo our conversation from the other night. So for those that didn't catch it, so we'll go Joe first and then Charles. So what got you into whiskey, and what was that bottle that really just, whatever you were drinking before, what made you start drinking whiskey? Like, what was that bottle that, like, man, I got to get into this?
Like we had talked about, I myself drank anything prior to, I was just like, oh, tequila, shots, whiskey, shots, bourbon, shots. That's what I thought this type of alcohol was just shots, until I went to a friend's restaurant. He started talking to me about, hey, do you drink whiskey? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And he was like, he was going to pour it. And I was like, that's a lot for a shot. And he's like, well, you're not supposed to shoot it. You're supposed to drink it. You're supposed to sip it. I'm like, sip it? Won't this stuff burn your mouth? And he's like, no, it won't. I mean, once you get used to the flavors, then you start picking out flavors. And then, so we sat there and drank it and sipped it. And he explained certain things to me. And then, that bottle was, Henry McKenna, Bottle and Bond. So that's the one that got me into whiskey. That's the one that started creating the collection and started buying. Previous to that, I mean, I love to. I wasn't alcoholic per se, but I would enjoy different types of drinks. It's just that once I was introduced to actually how to taste whiskey, not just throw it back. It got interesting, and it made me want to kind of see what's out there, and got me into doing this right here.
Good. Charles, before you go into yours, I gotta read out this comment from Northwest Bourbon. The Hearst Horizon was garbage, says Northwest Bourbon. Oh, that might be fighting words for Charles.
That's cool. I always think that people have their own tastes. Like I always say, I don't like mayonnaise. You might love mayonnaise.
I don't like mayonnaise either. We're agreed.
Yeah, everybody doesn't like what I like. I like seagrass, and Joe thinks it tastes like mop water. Who's right? I think I'm right, but if Joe thinks it tastes like mop water, what can I tell him? I don't know what mop water tastes like. So you can have all the mop water you want. I'm gonna still drink the seagrass. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So let me run through a little bit of chat. I want to get your answer again, Charles. So MGP source bourbons tend to be my favorite, says Woods. Maybe a pour of Redemption Ride in the night. Okay, cool. Hey,
nice.
Guys, again, I don't want to keep you guys too late. I know there's a lot of people hanging out. So again, for the giveaway, whether you do Cash App, PayPal, or if you want to be real generous and sign up for the Patreon, $5 or just even the $2 where our Patreon starts out, that gets you entered into the giveaway tonight. Again, first place is 3 samples of your choosing. Second place is ECBP B521 and 1 sample you're choosing. And then third place is FAE-02 from Makers. So if you guys want to get entered into that for the samples, $5 gets you entered in. So we'll do that here in just a little bit. I don't want to keep you guys super late, all those that are hanging out. So, yeah, go ahead and do that if you want to get in. All right. Let me read through a little bit of chat here. One of the Total Line people recommended a rye to me, and usually I don't go with their recommendations. I'm with you on that, Jack. But I'm glad I did because it was the most significantly different rye I've ever had. Reddick Oak. I've never had that. Either of you guys got a Braddock Oak?
Never had it.
Me either. Yeah, never. And mods, if you can, please throw up the links to Fun with Whiskey and Independent Joe, as well as Tipsy Whiskey. If you can do that, we appreciate that. And if you guys aren't subbed again, please check out these guys. They're doing great stuff. There we go. Computer was freaking out there for a second. Can you guys hear me well? Am I looking okay? Just updates. How we sounding? Are we sounding okay?
You sound good. Sometimes it breaks up a little bit. There's a delay, like your mouth keeps moving and the sound keeps coming forward. It stops coming, so it's a little weird. But I mean, we can hear you fine, I think.
Okay, well, good. As long as you can hear me fine, what I look like is not quite as important. So, well, if these bourbons really suck, they would not survive the market for sure. I love whatever tastes good. Agreed, Charles. Yeah, I don't care for who makes what. Yeah, and I get really deep into that because I love bourbon history and all those stuff and things. But in the end, well, what Charles said is right. Yeah, if it tastes good, then whatever. Youth will do that. Yeah, youth definitely did that. I like took myself out of the whiskey game with fifth of Wild Turkey 101 in a half hour. That's the story. That's the short of the story. Don't do that. If you're still young and you're watching this for some reason, which you shouldn't be, don't do that. It's a bad way to live your life. Anyway, back in the crazy days, yeah, I used to drink Jack as a younger guy. Yeah, so funny enough, this bottle of This bottle of Eagle reminds me of Jack. It's got that like.
There he goes again. Or is it me? Is it you or is it me? Is it you or is it me? Oh.
So which one are you still drinking? Part of that flight, or did you pour something else on your own?
If you're talking to me, I'm just drinking still the fight. I'm taking it really, for me, it's really, really slow because it's already really good.
Yeah.
So let me tell you my story of how I got into whiskey. Well, I've always liked drinking, I've always liked drinking. I started off kind of like you when I was younger, just to get the Bacardi 151 and just try to get smashed. And then later I got into craft beer, and beer it's a lot like bourbon and whiskey. It's so many great flavors. But then I noticed, you start to do a little belly, and I kind of want to keep my sexy on. So had to step back away from beer. And then my boy B was like, yo, drink this whiskey. And I'm like, well, is it as good as beer? I'm like, you gotta try it and just sip it. Make love to glass. So I listened to what he said. And I liked it because he was always trying to try me with this stuff. And I got to give my boy Jason and other friends, they also had whiskey. But not like B. B really fell in love with it. And he was like, yo, try this Elijah Craig. I tried the Elijah Craig. I got a little aroused with it. Kind of turned on. It was on after that. I was like, okay, we can do this. I can drink it. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
So you like Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill's your preferred. Is that your preferred distillery?
No, I don't have a preferred distillery. I understand the question. My preferred distillery is anything that tastes good tomorrow or today. So you can bring me a Larceny, you can bring me a Maker's Mark, you can bring me a Barrels, you can bring me a Cooper's Crafts, you can bring me anything, and I'm gonna drink it if it tastes good at that time. I mean, I'm not like, ooh, we need to get Elijah Craig, because I've had Elijah Craig sometimes, and it's like it's not as good as this Barrels, or it's not as good as this Frey Ranch, whatever it could be, whatever I'm drinking, or a Little Book, so I'm not really preferential to a distillery. I'm preferential to what tastes really good when I'm drinking, or it could be Angel's Envy, or it could be whatever. And I'm gonna be like, man, it tastes good. I don't know what's gonna be good every batch, even though they say it's consistency, it's not always the same. So yeah. I don't have a favorite. I have tried this, like it's stuff that people get commonly that I haven't even tried before. I've never had Maker's Mark 101. This is my first time having my Old Forester's 100. So, it's a lot of things I've never revisited. So I'm not going to pick Jim Beam over Brown-Forman or Heaven Hill, or I don't care. I don't care. Buffalo Trace, it doesn't matter. You know.
Mr. Morgan wants to know if you actually got a second bottle of the Uncut Unfiltered.
I'm going to buy one. I did not, but I will go get one because we went halfway through it that one day. We need another one.
So real quick, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So my router is just garbage. We'll deal with that later. Harbor Freight, they're just not putting out great stuff these days. Throughout my teens, Wood says, and 20s, I drank Wild Turkey 101 pretty much exclusively. Then about 6 years ago, I got a Wild Hair and bought some Bell Mead, and that changed it all. Yeah, so for those that don't know, Woods is a big MGP fan. So I am too, to a degree. It's just that there's so much stuff out there now that is MGP that I'm kind of getting tired of it. I wish people, me and Woods have talked about this before. Like, I wish people would do something more interesting than just sourcing it and putting it out. Because there's a lot of that happening and not much interesting. But there are a few companies doing interesting stuff with MGP stuff, like this bottle right here. I love this guy. And there's other stuff too. Joe could probably tell you about 1,000 more. But
no, I don't. Is that the double oaked or is that the reserve?
Yeah, it's the double oak.
Okay. No, I don't even have that one. I have the regular one, the regular rye. I don't have the double oak though. It's the 6 year, I think it is.
What a restaurant.
I guess to me, it's like, it's kind of like our lineup tonight, with the Coopers and the early times and the Old Forester. If that was like 70% of the market, it's like, oh, it's that again. Yeah. And so it's not that it's bad. There's nothing wrong with what MGP is doing. It's just there's so many companies that are just sourcing it, putting their label on it, and throwing it out there that it's like, okay, it's that again. So I don't know. I'm always hoping for something new and interesting. AZ says,
definitely.
AZ says, I bet Chuck Norris drinks Brita Coke. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Oh, we got a bot there. Kill him off. There we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah, look at that. See, Joe is all over, throwing the Patreon up there and everything. Mods, yeah, we gotta help everybody out here. I'm a bad person because I sneer at the recommendations of 22-year-old liquor store employees. I'm nice. I only do it in my mind. Yeah, I'm with you though. Somebody like, when was this? It's probably 2 months ago. Somebody recommended the Few whiskey. I don't know where it's from, what it is. Don't care, honestly. But I haven't seen a positive review yet.
I haven't seen any reviews on it. That's why I always pass it up. I haven't heard nothing about it. So it's kind of hard because the bottle looks, it isn't like a standout nice bottle to where it makes kind of pulls you in. It's just Few. And then that's, white label with blue lettering Few. And then that's basically it. And it's just like, this looks pretty. So you got to buy it.
Exactly.
This one's a pick though. It's not the Bourbon Bites. Me and him met up at a Mission Wine and Spirits in San Diego.
Okay.
And I guess he knows this group that picked this actual barrel for this bottle. So off his recommendation, I bought this bottle, and it's okay. I probably would have wanted to try that, spend the money towards maybe the double oaked or that reserve, but I was like, oh no, I'll go along with what somebody else suggests, I guess. And it's good. I don't think it's great. So for the price of a store pick.
Again, like I was saying earlier, what stands out to me about the double oak is that it changes the profile so much. And I appreciate that. I appreciate somebody doing something different with MGP stuff, because I mean, it's good. It's just that, you know, like it's the same thing with like Old Forester. So if all Old Forester did was just put out the same product all the time and they never had anything different, then you get tired of that. So it's really not a slight against MGP. It's just, you know, do something a little different. Get inventive, and you know, do something. Take some time to do something special. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put it on mute because I was gonna ask B a question, but if y'all don't mind. So how do you like it's for everybody. How do you like this bottle of Eagle Rare compared to the other bottles of Eagle Rare that we had to you? Okay, I don't know if you had not tried it because I didn't know. That's all I wanted to know.
This one smells like grape. A lot like
grape?
Yep. Smell like grape.
Does it taste the same as the other ones in your opinion, or it tastes a little different?
This one tastes different.
Yep, see, that's what I'm trying to say. That all the Eagle Rares never taste the same.
This one tastes
No.
like grape. A lot like more grape.
Well, I mean, they're not going to though. I mean,
Yeah,
because
the one we had, it tastes like licorice to me. This one tastes like grape.
They all taste different, man. You like this one? Yeah.
Different.
To me, it was more of a darkish cherry. You said a grape. I get you.
A juicy grape.
Juicy grape.
Not the green grape.
The purple grape.
Yeah.
I got you.
Purple soda.
Got you. Understood. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, no worries.
no, it's good, man. Because getting more opinions is good. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm going through. I'm trying to work out our winners and stuff like that. So keep chatting, please.
Oh, B, what got you into whiskey? Like, I want to know what got you into whiskey, truthfully.
Well, like on the stream, it was the glob. I think that's a cake. It's hard for me to say.
The Goblin.
The Goblin.
Well, what got you into that? How'd you find out about the Goblin?
My buddy got it for me for Christmas. And from there, I went from
the Scotch. Lagavulin.
I went from Scotch.
Goblin. Yeah, that's what I said.
Scotch to bourbon.
The Goblin. Goblin. No, like
Lagavulin?
How are you going to say it? How do you say it?
Lagavulin.
Say it correctly.
Yeah.
So I can say it correctly.
He just did.
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin.
Yeah.
Like the hob movie, right? So it's like the Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin, Lagavulin.
Which goblin are we getting?
Gobble, Turkey Day?
I gotta say, I was always more of a Hobgoblin fan than a Green Goblin. But that's just me.
What was the movie Leviathan? Did you ever like the movie Leviathan?
Did I like it? I gotta revisit it. I didn't hate it. It didn't stand out, but I didn't hate it, you know. Yeah, was bourbon in it?
No,
that's a joke, right? Like,
if
there's no bourbon, I don't want to watch the movie now. Like,
well, that's how they all got infected.
Now I'm biased.
No, all movies are good. It's just
put bourbon in it,
it's up to them.
You got to put bourbon in the budget.
They got infected by drinking vodka.
Oh yeah, okay.
The virus was in the vodka, and it was changing them into
Leviathan. I gotta watch it again.
Hey, I want to read this from chat. So Jack says, wait, sounds like I'm getting feedback. No, I guess we're good. So Jack says, so this week has been a good week to me. I've scored 2 great bottles that I hard to get, and I've been waiting to try Seagrass. Now we all know how Joe feels about it, so we won't talk about Seagrass a whole lot in Joe's presence.
I love Seagrass. I have a bottle.
And then also you got a Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C921 and a Woodford Double Oak. Okay, well, congratulations on all those, man. Also, Jack, I have to ask you because I have a new patron. It's Jacob. I won't say your last name, but if you are Jacob, I need to know to throw you in the drawing. Or if not, I'll just throw Jacob in and we'll deal with it later. But if you're Jacob, then let me know. And whoever Jacob is, thank you. Thank you very much for signing up for our Patreon. Appreciate it very, very much. That's me. Okay. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it very much. let me throw you in for 2 more into the giveaway. And folks, I'm going to close the giveaway out at 11:30, so we got 11 minutes to go. So if you want to get in, $5 gets you in. Again, the giveaway is 3 samples for first place of your choosing. Second place is Watch Craig Barrel-Proof B521, and also a sample of your choosing for second place. And then third place. Well, let's not call it last place. Third place is Maker's Mark FAE-02. So if you want to get in, it's not too late, but we are going to close it out at 11:30. So let me get Jack in here in our giveaway. And before we get too late, I got to crack this bottle right here. And by the way, folks, this will be in part of the giveaway. Haven't had it yet, but I'm sure it's a good one. Bought this for the 500 Sublebration Sam Houston 15-year. Can't wait to try it. Here we go. Fresh pop. Let's get that a little closer to the camera here. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. First pour of this here. And I've had probably too much to drink already, but gotta check this out. So if I remember correctly, Joe, you have this, correct? If you want to share some thoughts on it while I sip.
I'll drink some with you.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
Joe? Come on, man.
Joe's got it all.
He said, I'm going to drink some with you.
Yeah.
Last time he was going to wait till a certain day, but he said he might crack it open today. And I think we didn't got him ready to pour some. He was trying to hold out.
Oh, sorry, I missed that Northwest Bourbon. If you're still with us, man, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it very, very much. And guys, check out Northwest Bourbon. Dude's doing great stuff, great reviews. Check him out.
Cooper's 100 out of all of them. I like Cooper's 100.
That's what I picked too. B said he liked the Cooper's 100 too the most out of everything he's tried. So I was,
there you go.
We was on point.
So
it better taste, I guess.
So that's fairly unified then. So it finished second for me and first for both of you. And it only finished second to me for a bottle you can't even get anymore. So it doesn't really matter. So really it's first.
That is kind of crazy that it finished both first. I did it blind. Like actually did it blind. Like yeah, it was really good.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Jack, gotcha. So Woods, I mean, honestly, I don't go around buying $130 bottles all the time, but to celebrate hitting the 500 mark, I thought I'd get a nice one, so we picked up this. But yeah, generally, I'm the budget guy. But anyway, so
just going bougie.
Yeah, I'm where you put me at on that, B? I'm laughing. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that money. As soon as I go in the store, I come out, I'm gonna spend Charles $500. And I'll be the first one like, I'm not gonna spend no money. I'll be like, my budget this month gonna be $400. How much you spend this month? $1,000.
What batch number you got?
Okay, so let's run through that. So I have
15-year.
I'll run down the whole readout here. So I have bottle 469 of 486. It's Kentucky batch 4. Batch size is 3 barrels. Month it was barreled was month 4 of year 06. Aged at bottling 15 years 6 months, and char level is level 4. What do you got, Joe?
Everything's pretty much the same except for the bottle being 353 out of 522, and I got batch number California TAC 2. The batch size is also 3 barrels, but the month and years the same at 15 years, and it is also a 4 char level.
Okay, there you go. Now, actually, let's get into the mash bill. I imagine they're probably the same, but so yeah. My mash bill is 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% malted barley. So a fairly high rye mash bill, not super high, but on the higher end.
How much corn was it you said?
74,
72 or 74, yeah.
74 corn, 18% rye, and 8% malted barley. What do you got, Joe? Is it the same deal?
Exact same, yeah.
Okay. Let's get into this thing.
Hold on. 1 second, B.
Man, that is nice on the nose.
I feel left out. I'm joking.
I'm sorry, Charles. We'll get some sent your way.
No, I'll see if I can find it, man. Don't worry about it. I like to hunt a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's fun.
You know, I feel like I didn't pour myself enough. I just got a little bit just kind of splashing around the bottom there. I need a little more than that.
Pour myself.
That's a big glass, though.
Yeah. So these have become my favorite glass. So these are the Libby's single malt craft spirits glasses, which is basically the same glass as the official bourbon trail glasses that Charles has there. Slightly different shape, but I mean very slightly. They're almost identical. So it's basically just a fat Glen. That's really what it is. But I mean, you know, my hands are fairly big, and like the Glens are just kind of dainty and small, and they're hard for me to hold. I think this still gives you a pretty nice nose because it's very similar in shape. And I just prefer holding it. I like sipping out of them better. Like the Glens also, I feel like you have to tip them up really high to sip out of them. I don't really care for that.
And then once you start tipping it back, your pinky comes up.
Exactly.
You know.
And also you start getting attracted to men. And
you see it?
Anyway, hey, Bourbon Rendezvous. Hey, what's up, brother? Appreciate you coming in. You're catching me late in the stream, so I'm a little sloppy, but thank you for coming in. Very much appreciated. Okay, so Jack says, oh man, C921 drinks 0 heat with cherry vanilla dinner soda syrup. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, I agree, man. That was probably my, like, it was really close between B521 and C921 for me. I could almost go either way. A121 didn't really do a whole lot for me, but I like both the C and B batches. If I ever open a whiskey museum, I'm hiring Joe to curate it.
For sure. Joe, but yeah, they came up with that in 1973. But I only got one bottle. But here's next year's.
Going back to an earlier comment, he said Joe has it. Speaking of the Sam Houston here, and he knows where the hell it is. I'm impressed.
Hey, have you ever seen Joe? Have you ever seen the Attack of the Clones?
Star Wars, yeah.
Yes, there's a part in Star Wars where they had the librarian. She said, if it's not in here, it doesn't exist. That's Joe. Joe will be like, if I don't have it, it doesn't exist. No, I'm joking. You gotta go see Attack of the Clones. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sean? B, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the librarian.
The librarian, but like, if it's not in here, it doesn't exist.
Which there's some fan theories that's who saved Grogu. Is the
I've heard that too. I've heard that.
Also, guys, if you haven't yet, I'm going to keep saying it. If you haven't checked out Whiskey Wars, that's me. Duh. Let's try again. Let's start over. Don't check out me.
Fun with Whiskey.
You're already doing that. If you haven't checked out Fun with Whiskey, Independent Joe, Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans, Bourbon Rendezvous, or Northwest Bourbon, check out these guys, man. They're doing great stuff. Take the time, go find their channels, check out the reviews. Good stuff. Let's see here. Official glass of the Munich Drinking Olympics. Yeah, there you go. Man, I got to say, this Sam Houston, so I'm probably too far into the night to give accurate tasting notes. My palate's just gone. But the mouthfeel, that's something I can still pick up. And the mouthfeel of this is just excellent. It's very oily, viscous. Just
every time I hear that, I got to be quiet. I'm gonna talk to some lady. I'm gonna say, "In the mouthfeel," and she gonna just look at me.
That's what she said.
She was like, "What?"
No,
It's all biscuits.
of course, I will do a proper review of this when I'm sober. But this is good. It's good, folks. AZ said, subscribe twice like a Democrat. There you go. If that's a possibility on YouTube, do that. All these channels deserve double subscriptions if you can do it. Haven't launched yet, but okay. Well, subscribe anyway. That way, when you have launched, you'll have all kinds of subscribers ready to watch your content.
Yep.
That's what she said. Heck yes. So Joe, you're sipping along with me. You're much more sober than I am. So give us some tasting.
Well, I shouldn't have used the glass that I used for the other drink, so it's a little bit different than what I remember.
I'm thinking the same thing because I'm using a used glass as well, and I'm still getting the Brown-Forman presence even though it's gone. I should have rinsed my glass because I'm still getting that brown sugar banana note, and maybe that's part of Houston, but.
No, I'm getting brown sugar. I'm also getting definitely the dark cherry. This one's a lot. It has more of a pepper spice than a cinnamon spice on it. And what's that? Yeah, but I agree with you. It coats the mouth really well. That's what she said. But it coats the mouth really well. And I don't know. It is a bottle that's hard to say that it's not worth grabbing if you can find it at MSRP. Yes, there's a lot of comparable whiskeys out there. There's a lot of things that you can buy that is different and could get close to this. Maybe even even though it's not the same, or definitely not the same. I still get something of a flavor profile of Old Forester 1920. I compare it to that. If I was going to compare the two, I would compare it to that. If I was looking for a more approachable bottle and price, to me, with the pepper spice, the flavors that are coming through, that's what I would compare it.
Okay, well, I mean, that's not a bad bottle by any means. I love the Old Forester 1920, so.
Yeah.
All right, last chance, folks. We're past time. So if you want to get into the giveaway, I'm going to give you 5 more minutes. Cash App, PayPal, all the things. So far, we got Jack. We got Templar Fidelis, who isn't with us tonight, but that's because he is doing a whiskey shindig at his place as well. We also got Woods in here. We got Brian Layer, and I still have a little bit of whiskey in this bottle. I got to figure out how to get these. This is a bad idea. Can we see this? Can we see that, folks? Is that coming through? We got some labels stuck to the bottom. I want to make this fair. Right. Okay, so if you want to get in the mix, go down into the actually, did I put it in the description? I hope I did. Should be in the description of this video. Cash App or PayPal, $5 gets you into the running. Also, if you want to sign up for Patreon, any level of Patreon also gets you into the running. So if you're trying to figure that out, then bro, I'll give you a few more minutes to get that done. Just let me know where you're doing your thing. That way I can check and verify, and then we can do the deal. In the meantime, I'm going to Sam Houston. Let me do a palate cleanse. Let me see if I can kind of get sober-ish and get some tasting notes, because I would say that Joe is probably spot on, because that's kind of what I was thinking of, but my palate's kind of dull from all the drinking I've been doing. So I love the nose. My nose is still working, so. It's to me, it's Brown-Forman-esque, but it smells spicier.
Yeah, it's definitely spicier.
More baking spices, cinnamons, maybe a hint of like a clove, maybe definitely some black pepper, like you mentioned, Joe. There's certainly some pepperiness in here. I like it though. It's like a nice heat. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It's like, so this is a very specific tasting note or smelling note, I guess in this case. If any of you are familiar with Zaxby's, they have this sweet and spicy sauce. That's not the right name, but anybody have do you guys have Zaxby's out west?
No, I
don't. Never heard of it.
Not in my area.
Never heard of it.
It's a chicken place, but they got some excellent chicken. So I guess I'll just forego my Zaxby's tasting note. Hey, Templar, what is up, buddy? You were in the running for sure, man. And there's not a whole lot of competition, so I got a feeling you're probably going to place in the top 3. I think there's 5 or 6 people in the running so far, so pretty good chance you're going to win something.
I apologize. I didn't even know you were doing a giveaway, or else I would have been dropping your PayPal links before. But I dropped both of them in there, so if you're just coming on and you see, those are the links right there to get to his PayPal and his Cash App.
Oh, well, thank you, Joe. And again, folks, Joe's made it very easy for us, but I think they should be in the description. So if they're not, then I apologize. I'm terrible at the technical things. But Templar, thank you for coming in, buddy. I know that you had a long night of whiskey yourself, so thank you for popping in. Let me just double check things here, and I'm going to get like a stick or something to loosen up the tabs here in my Wild Turkey bottle that apparently still had a whiskey in it, so they're sticking. But we're going to make sure that everything gets bounced around. Bourbon Rendezvous says he doesn't care for Zaxby's. Question: what is the sauce you get on your chicken at Zaxby's? That makes all the difference. Man, I'm a terrible mod. Hey, no problem, man. All right. Let me take one more sip of this. Bourbon Rendezvous says he's the newest Patreon. Thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you to all of the patrons. Charles is being one of them, but also Woods, Jack, Brian Lair, who did I skip? Bourbon Rendezvous. All of you guys, absolutely great. Oh, man. Bourbon, you went all out. Thank you, buddy. That's great. So let me get you thrown in here, and then we will do the damn thing. Please talk amongst yourselves. Don't let me hold things up. Charles, let's talk about that. What do you guys each have coming out this week, so that way we can promote you guys? What were
I can say lots of videos about lots of things. So just
Seagrass. We're going to revisit Seagrass.
Okay.
We have the with that bear. I can't remember the name of it.
We had the Emerald Giant that you talk about from Redwood Empire, whatever.
Yeah, but it's the bear. It's the bear one. It's the bottle and bond one.
Yeah, you guys got that one. Okay, great. And,
I forget. We drink stuff and I forget after we drink.
And Joe, I know you're kind of dry-ish until the 19th, right?
Yes. Next Saturday, I'll be just back to normal and putting out content and going live. I go live Saturdays at 5 p.m. So
okay, cool.
Grizzly Beast, bottled and bond, straight bourbon whiskey.
Is that the rye or is that the bourbon?
That's the bourbon.
Bourbon.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Yeah, put it right here.
All right. I'm gonna have to get a long stick. That's what she said. And stir these around. But nonetheless, once I get them stirred around and loosened from the bottom of the bottle, we'll find out who our winners are. And thank you, everybody. Really, honestly, the fact that you think that this nonsense that I do is worth any amount of money is awesome. So thank you, everybody. And thank you, Charles and Joe, for coming out, as well as Steven over at Tips Whiskey. And if you guys missed that, please check him out. Hey, Wayne, what is up, brother? Thank you for coming in. You're late to the party, but that's all right, man. We're just drinking a little Sam Houston. We got through. Let's do a little rehash for those that came late. So, Charles, I'll let you run through it first. What were your findings with the Eagle Rare and the Brown-Forman lineup?
Okay. Eagle Rare is very distinctive, and at first it's a great bourbon. It's great, but because it's so distinctive, if you're drinking a lot of, I guess, the Brown-Forman products, it's going to stand out. So we had Early Times, Old and New, Old Forge 100, Eagle Rare, and a Cooper's Craft 100. For me, it was the Cooper's Craft 100 that came out number one, and then after that, it was the Old Foresters, and then it was Whiskey War sent me a couple bottles. He sent me the Cooper's Craft too. Then it was the Early Times. When he said it was crappy, then it was Early Times Amazing, and then the Eagle Rare came out last. But even the Eagle Rare that came out last was still fantastic. I had such a hard time trying to pick which one was my favorite because I loved them all, and the Cooper's Craft stood out for me, just like it stood out with B. And on any given day, I'm probably going to pick Eagle Rare first. But the Cooper's Craft really got turned good, so maybe not. But it's a chance that any of them on any given day, depending on the pour, how long it's sat, how much whatever's going on, I might say, "Ooh, this is the best." So it's not a fair lineup to really pick which one is the best. At the time, it was just the Cooper's Craft, not just me, just conjecturing. Cooper's Craft, man, you can't tell.
To be fair, though, B also picked Cooper's Craft first.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was amazing to me. I would never expected that. But he's way more snobbish than I am when it comes to whiskey. He's way more.
Well, Cooper's Craft is a snobbish whiskey. That's why.
Yeah, he's a snob. You guys don't know him, man.
I'm just kidding.
No, you called him right, man. You got to stand. I think I put my picky in the air, and he put the picky in the air even higher than I do. You know, you don't know that. Wait, listen. If you pull up in a Mercedes-Benz, he's gonna be like, "Why you didn't pull up in a Ferrari?" So I'm telling you how snobbish to do this. You know what I mean? Coming up with you don't have a Bentley. He's a snob, man. Pretentious, ostentatious, gaudy. You fit those terms. You know, living billionaire dreams, and he's only worth 1.5 million. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, man, this is. I have a lot of fun. Let me speak for 1 minute. Not even that. I have too much fun drinking, and I gotta tone me down.
I'm having a hard time getting these labels unstuck from the mouth. This is a bad idea. I thought it'd be cool to throw all the labels, all the names in a wild turkey bottle. This is a bad idea because I have a lot of whiskey in there. Anyway, keep talking.
I said it. Less than 1 minute. I had my problem. If you did not know, I can really go left, but not left. I'm having fun hanging out, and I got to turn down my. I'm like, what's his name in Old School? I'm that dude.
Yeah,
let's go streaking. I'm him.
Don't bring out Chuck the Tank.
Yeah, I'm Hank the Tank. Y'all don't know. You guys just don't know. Catch me on one of those days. I got a lot of wild stories that I forgot on purpose, and other people remind me.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I'm lucky to be alive. Some of the wild stories I got. I tell you a story.
You got a dart in your neck.
I'm the funniest. The dude who's having fun, like, and not thinking about what he's saying. It's so fun. It's cool, but it's movie stuff. Like, I'll fight all of you. It'd be 1,000 people. What's up? Let's go drinking. I love that guy. Like, dude, is he serious? I love you all, but we can fight.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Yeah, exactly. I can take. I'm just being silly. Yeah, man, this is the best,
Right.
man. I love this.
So, you know, we're very high tech here at Whiskey Wars. So I got myself a barbecue skewer. We're gonna get these things loose. I swear to God, we're not having an unfair giveaway. We're not doing that.
And you want to know something crazy, Sean? That you always downplay your technical savvy, but you edit pretty well, man. I watch your videos. You special effects and cuts. Listen to talking about he's not technical. See, yeah, time to do stuff. He's really skilled. Seriously.
The thing that you don't see though is that how long it takes me to do it. All right. So we had a first name.
Yeah, John the Whiskey Wizard. That'd be a hell of a, that's his other name, Whiskey Wars, aka Whiskey Wizard. Sean, the Gandalf of whiskey.
So we have a first name pop out here. All right, fellas.
That was funny. He said, "Thou shalt not sip. Thou shalt not sip. I come for the. I got the bright, the flame, the eternal flame."
We're gonna pause for the Charles party. Anyway, so here we go, folks. We're into the giveaway now, and I'm sorry I missed a lot of chats, folks. But we're to the good part. So here we go. Can we see it? Let me find the camera. Camera, you can do it. Can we see it? Jack, you are our first place, brother. So, since you are on Patreon, just message me directly what you want, and we will get it done. All right. Now, second place.
He wants William LaRue Weller. He wants Pappy's 15.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, folks, I didn't mention this earlier. There's only two bottles that are out of the running, and I apologize for that. I should have said earlier. Now, this is one we Charles is going to laugh.
Okay. The rules. That's funny.
All right. So, this bottle my son bought me. So this bottle is special to me. So. I don't give it away to just all the time. So that's bad. And the only other bottle, which I hope that you don't want this bottle, is this. And the only reason I'm not giving this away is because I don't want to buy another one. I don't. So I need it for some content. So yeah, but you shouldn't. I mean, based on what I have around me, you should not be picking Blanton's anyway.
That's hilarious.
If you picked Blanton's over all the other things I have, I'd be sad. So honestly, so really the only one you're missing out on is my Fiber Pabbit XO, and I'm sorry I can't give that away, but that's a special one to me personally. But anything else in here? Let's do a quick view over for those that don't know. So let's can we see it here? Is it coming through clear to you? We're just gonna pan around here. I'm sorry I can't get closer, but the camera has a shorter cord. I'm in the way of my camera. So here's all the bottles. So if you want any of these, and again, they're on reviews, all kinds of places you can find them. And if you want an official list, I can do that as well. We can send you out a list. If you're not sure what I have, we will do that. So now let's get to the second place. So Jack, you are first, buddy. So congrats. Second place. Well, okay. I feel like the game is rigged. So somehow Jack came out second. So we can't do that. We can't have first and second be Jack. So second place, Templar, buddy. What's up?
I didn't even clap. It's clapping for Jack and for Templar. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, Templar, you get one choice sample, and you're also getting ECBP. Let's try it again. Whiskey's working. The whiskey is working. So, you're also getting ECBP B5.1. if you already have that, let me know. We'll work it out. I want to make sure you get something you have not had. So,
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
then
Make me feel
third
good.
place.
Hear that.
Third place. Come on. Come out. Oh, they're all stuck in there. Come on. Okay, we're not doing the bottle thing again. This is not working. I thought it'd be cool, but it's not really working out the way I planned. Let's get the finger in there. All right, here we go. Got
That's
one.
what he said.
For sure. All right, so third place, Woods. Still in the Woods. You got third place, brother. So congrats. So that's just another selection for you because I was already going to send you FAE-02, so I'll let you pick another one. I'm not going to send you doubles of the same thing. That doesn't seem fair. So now, well, you know, yeah, all you guys are on Patreon, so that works out. So it's easy enough to communicate with me.
Yeah. Plus, you could post your list of what they can choose from on your Patreon, and they can choose from that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's an even better idea. Joe has all the good ideas and all the bottles. So this is not the end, guys. And Joe, if you need to go, I totally understand. Me and Charles will run a long time, and usually I just do it so I can sober up. So I have some other conversations planned for tonight. So, but Joe, again, if you need to go, I totally get it. So,
I mean, if you want me to go, I'll go.
I don't want you to go.
You want me to leave, Sean? Is that what you're saying?
I am just giving you an out if you need it.
It's Saturday night, and you know, I'm all danced out. So in my younger years, I'm all Saturday Night Fever stuff is gone, and I'm here hanging out, drinking with my homies.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go wherever the crew wants to go. I had several different things I wanted to share. I got like share tabs right now. And again, before I move on, Patreons, thank you so much. You did end up getting all the stuff. And I mean, honestly, rightfully so, because you guys are awesome. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for the guys that signed up tonight. That's fantastic. I mean, you guys are great. I can't believe that anybody would want to send me money on a monthly basis to do this crap. But thank you guys. I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you like the reviews, and I'm glad. I really, really appreciate the support. So thank you, everybody.